In this video, I will teach you the basics of planetary industry. Let's get started, shall we? Do note that Omega is needed for this, and you can do absolutely nothing with planetary industry unless you have it. First, make sure to train the necessary skills. I recommend training these skills right here to the highest level that you feel like doing. That could be 5, that could be 2, that could be 1. Second, decide what you want to produce. Here, I want to produce nanites, which are a decent thing to produce. And then you generally want to make things that sell decently on the market. Third, find a planet that has a high concentration of the raw resources for the things that you want to make. Here I need base metals and microorganisms. This planet has a decent concentration of each. Fourth, buy a command center for that type of planet. Command centers can be purchased from the market, obviously, and they aren't that expensive. Here's where they are. Just in the planetary infrastructure tab. Fifth, set up your factory. Put down your command center, like I have here, and start making your factory. Do note that the command center is what is making your factory work. So every building and link will cut into the CPU and power grid, just like a ship and the modules for ships. Then go to the build tab. You will want to build a extractor control unit. This is what will be making the raw resources. Make sure it's set up in an area with a good concentration of the resource that you want to mine. Here it's microorganisms, you see? It's in a very green blob of it. Also make sure to use this for scanning. And do this, and then put down the extractor heads. The extractor heads are, well, what's extracting it? So you'll want to put these far apart, but still in the area of the resource, because if they overlap, they will cut into each other's production, and that's inefficient and not good. You can do this for each raw resource that you want to mine. Here's my one for base metals. And then place down a place for the raw resources to go. Right here, I have everything routing into this one storage facility, which currently has nothing in it. If you really want to immediately get ISK out of this, then you can just put down immediately a launch pad for all of the resources to go into, and just ship them out raw. Not exactly the best thing to do, as those do not sell at all, because of how easy they are to get. So you will want to have a setup kind of like this, with a storage as a middle area for all of your resources to go. Let's talk about the other things you can build. The storage facility is exactly what it sounds like, a place to store your stuff. It is advisable to use one of these as a midpoint, like I have here. There are 3 types of factories: the basic ones, the advanced ones, and the high-tech ones. Right here, you can see I'm using 4 basic ones and 1 advanced. The basic ones refine your raw resources from your extractors into the tier 1 materials, and then the advanced ones can refine tier 2 and tier 3, not all at once. Each factory can only be operating and producing one thing at a time. And tier 4 items are produced, of course, by the high-tech production facility. And those things sell for a lot of ISK, tier 4 items, but they're really annoying to make, and you'll have to use items from off-planet to do so. Okay, let's talk about links. Links, as you can see here, this is a link. Right here, this line. Yes. Links are extremely important. They work as transport lines for routes and for items. They do have a max capacity, but you can upgrade them. And you need links for your factory to work. It doesn't matter what you're making, you need links. You cannot have a working factory without links. Let's talk about routes. Routes are extremely important. Right here, you can see routes. Routes tab. I'm transporting microorganisms from this extractor control to the storage, as you can see here. This storage is also accepting base metals from this extractor over here. So as you can see, base metals and microorganisms incoming, large amounts, and then outgoing I have microorganisms to each of my factories, and base metals to each of my factories that each are producing those. And then, both of these factories right here are producing bacteria, for some reason, for the nanites that this factory is producing. And these are producing the reactive metals for this factory as well. And then that is all being fed into the launch pad here, which is where I'm storing my things. And you just have to launch. Then you just launch stuff. And then when you launch it, it will go into a customs facility a customs office, sorry, if there is one orbiting the planet. I have no idea where it's going to go if there isn't one, because I haven't done it with one. But, yeah, it's going to go in there, and then you're going to go to that customs office and pick up your stuff from there. And once you transfer it into your ship hold, which I recommend using a Glente hauler that is specifically meant for that. And yeah, that's the basics of planetary industry. Everything here does cost ISK to build, so be wary of that. And of course, you do have to have a mega. But I will link a helpful tool for this down in the description of the video. It's really helpful, and thank you for watching, if you did still watch this far. Make sure to like and subscribe, and maybe hit that bell for the rare times I upload. Thank you!